She called mid. Maybe she's ready. Oh, we're live.
Yeah, I know, a little bit late there. What's up, guys? How you doing? We got the round table for December going on. These are shows going to be is basically called "Got People You Need to See," and these guys are the hottest people I know. You got John from Wrestling Plug Inc., Aaron Entertainment. You know, Aaron and John have been staples in the community. Aaron has been a staple in the Fightful chat for a long time. So, I mean, and John too. I mean, shameless plug there. Yeah.
Shameless plugs are the name of the game, man.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things to go on. We're up against a lot of competition tonight with Omega on Impact. In that train wreck of a show I had last week. We're not going to talk about that.
That just speaks to you, Throwback, that Impact has to pull Kenny Omega to counter program your show. That's what they're doing. That's all they're doing.
Maybe. Just
not to collect our belts, to collect our podcasts.
That's right.
But you guys excited for TLC this weekend?
You could go first.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm always excited for a pay-per-view. It's nice to always have a pay-per-view on the weekend. We got, some big matches coming up. And I love a good ladder match. That's one of my favorite stipulation matches. So TLC, add it all together. I'm always excited. And that for me is the official start to the road to WrestleMania, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. You got the Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens. As the way that feud is going, they're going to beat the shit out of each other,
to say the least.
They're going to be bruised after that match. McIntyre and Styles will sell very well for McIntyre, and I'm not looking forward to the women's tag team match because we don't know who Asuka's partner is, and I don't want it to be Dana Brooke or Mandy Rose. I fear Charlotte's coming back. But the Carmella Sasha Banks match, I'm actually looking forward to. That last week's SmackDown really got me into that feud a lot more with Carmella. How she really took it to Sasha Banks with the end of the show. But I think it's only two TLC matches, two stipulation matches, right?
I believe so. But I mean, for me, I'm more excited to see what AJ has to prove, considering the fact that he's been playing that chicken shit heel as they have. I want to see if he just turns around and becomes like the dude that literally the face that runs the place, not the scaredy cat that runs away and hides somebody. When the lights go on, AJ actually shows up. So let's see if that happens. Charlotte is coming back. Nothing's been reported, but with the tweet she posted about, her upside down, doing workout, that's a given. And there's a thing I have a feeling that they kept Lana as a placeholder for her, which is really sad because Lana is really talented and she's getting better in the ring, but as time goes by. The other thing we're going to go off track about that is that have you guys seen the Chronicle for Lana?
Yes.
I have not seen the Lana Chronicle one yet. But Lana's really going to pull a Paul Pierce. You're a Boston fan. She's going to get hurt. She's going to come back out running.
Oh, boy.
She's going to steal the pin. Asuka, Lana, tag team champions. That's what's going down. Calling it now. Lana coming out on crutches makes it happen.
If that happens, that's great for Lana.
So I was gonna make a prediction show for later. I usually make a prediction show the day before the couple hours before TLC to have official matches in place. And I was gonna make a prediction show with Lana and Asuka winning the tag team titles because just the way the storyline was going was heading that way. But now I have to change everything because of that bait and switch they just pulled yesterday.
It's only in WWE where they literally flip everything upside down. But the thing also I'm going to plug is Aaron does a lot of video game stuff and sports stuff. So, I mean, go check that out. You know what would be awesome, Aaron, is to have you on with Joe Pearl and the point god himself, Jeremy Lambert, and talk about video games for hours. That would be awesome.
I did 2 streams of Spider-Man today.
Yeah, I saw that and I watched them and it was awesome. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my day off. So, I mean, that stuff's great. For the weekend, we got a lot of good stuff. I mean, you got some MMA going out there too. I'm going to start watching more MMA here and there if I can. But he's back. We got the man of the hour. TikTok crosses on the clock, and I thought he was going to be back either around this time or in January. So, are you surprised, John, that he's actually back a little earlier than predicted?
No, I'm not surprised at all. They needed him. NXT's in this weird flux right now where they didn't have a clear-cut challenger for Finn Balor, so that's why they brought everybody out Wednesday. And having Cross back, knowing, it writes itself. He didn't lose the belt. He lost it due to injury. Him and Finn would put on a great match. I'm a big Karrion Kross guy. I still, like I've said multiple times in the past, I think he should have skipped NXT and been a main roster player already. So am I surprised they rushed him back? Nah, they need him. And it'll be good stuff leading up to New Year's Evil coming up here in a couple weeks. Because they're going to have to counter program with AEW, who's putting out just juggernaut of shows according to the ratings. So I'm not surprised they rushed him.
It's going to be fun, Aaron, to see if they lean on the storyline with Finn losing the Universal title compared to Cross losing the NXT title. Do you think they could actually go that route and use that way to further along the storyline and make it more prevalent? Because for me as an NXT fan, this is a dream match because it connects. It's like Cole and Balor, but this is a new, version, like say high-end Kane / hybrid Taker. It literally is an NXT dream match for some people, and I'm one of them. So,
well, yeah, when Cross won the title at TakeOver in August, right? I believe it was August.
Yeah.
My first thing was he should feud with Finn Balor, because Finn Balor, Cross, they build him as a dangerous, unstoppable heel, right? My thing is, Finn Balor would have been the perfect time to bring back the Demon just for Cross. That's what I think. That was the perfect time for the Demon to come back. When was the last time he was a Demon? 2 or 3 years ago? Cross is a perfect opponent.
I think the last time we saw the Demon was, in my recollection, the match with AJ.
Exactly. That's why Cross is a perfect opponent to bring him back.
Yeah, it would make more sense because they could have 1 or 2 matches prior. They could have one at New Year's Evil. They could have one at the next TakeOver, have Finn win New Year's Evil, Cross win the other, and have the rubber match and have Cross push him to the brink where he has to bring it out. And the storyline would make more sense if they did that. But knowing WWE and NXT, do you think they're going to push that out first and then just go back, or do they save the Demon? Which I'll be saying this on a statement. This has been said multiple times on my show that they should never bring the Demon out, and it's not by me. So I honestly think that they should bring, on rare instances where the Prince has no choice but to tap that part of his personality. And do you think, John, that this is time to actually tap that part of Finn's personality as his character, as Fergal wouldn't do?
I think in NXT, I don't need the Demon character. I know he's done it in the past. I think this version of Finn Balor, just being an ass kicker, badass, I think you can do much worse than Cross and Balor running like a program for the next 3 or 4 months. They need that in NXT. They need like a long-term, like big time feud. And eventually, if you wanted to go that route and have him push, I think if you're going to do it, it would be interesting to see like Scarlett being the one that pokes it out of Finn, and Cross not like saying like, no, I don't want that side of Finn, because that Demon character needs to be insanely protected for it to work, because he's never lost as the Demon. He, if you're gonna do it, I think Cross needs to play the heel in that sense and be like, nope, I want no part of that. But Scarlett's egging it on, and it makes it a little bit of an interesting wrinkle there.
See, I want to compare the Demon to the Fiend, right? The Fiend lost a couple matches already. The Fiend should have been like the Demon. You just said the Demon never lost. That's what the Fiend should have been like.
Absolutely. and what did he do? He lost to Bill freaking Goldberg. I don't know if I can curse on your podcast or not. Throwbacks. So
you can literally fuck up. Beep beep beep. I don't care. I mean, I have not gotten monetized. Thank bloody God. And two, the other thing about it is that you know how many times that 30-minute rant people point to me and say, why did you swear 25 times in 30 minutes? I'm like,
well, just try to keep it respectful, but if I can, that Bill fucking Goldberg is beating the Fiend. And I just don't want that to happen to the Demon character. And if you bring it out,
hell, Aaron could yell at me for that freaking jersey above my head if he wanted to, being a Blue Jays fan.
Hey, we're going to spend money like crazy this offseason. But if you're a baseball fan, right? Did you hear they might push back the season to the May?
Yeah. Speaking of somebody who just popped in and laid up, how's your ankle?
Oh, fucking hurt, man. God damn. No,
here I was being respectful. He dropped it in 2 words.
Well, hell, y'all. This happened.
Let's welcome show contributor Tim Traver and also Fightful contributor also. What's up, bud?
Damn right. What's up, Aaron? What's up, John? What's up? We're back. How y'all doing tonight?
John's wearing Notre Dame shirt and I'm wearing an OU jersey. Oh. Yeah, and then there's a Red Sox jersey above my hand and we have a Blue Jay. So I mean, it's only respectful to have a Virginia boy coming in.
You see this?
Thank you.
You see this over here? That's a Yankee plaque with 2004, 2005 cards of the New York Yankees. I'm not a Yankee fan, but my dad was a Yankee fan. He was born in New York. And
you see that little patch on the shirt right there? Yeah. How many World Series have you guys won in this century? Huh?
Not that many.
I don't know if you want to get into World Series counts with him throwbacks.
I'm not. Oh,
I'm talking about in this century, not in the past century. They've only won one this century, so give me that.
The Yankees have won one, yeah. But I'm a Blue Jay fan. I'm not a Yankee fan.
Well, I'm actually a Atlanta Braves fan. I've been since the 1990s, so you know.
Oh, you're gonna love tomorrow then. I got a Tom Glavine jersey. An old school Tom Glavine.
I am a big fan of him.
He's from Billerica. He's from up here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you're noticing the echo, this only happens when Tim comes on. So
Devil, Taysom, Glavine, Maddox, and Smoltz. I don't know if there's a better 3 in ever.
Yeah.
I can say in Boston there has been. I mean, think about it. When 04 happened, you had Pedro, Schilling, and you had Lowe.
Philly should have had one a couple years ago with Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay, Roy Oswalt, and somebody else. I forget who. I think it was Hamels, but some of those guys were injury prone at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get back to NXT. Considering we're all sports fans, we could talk about that all the time in this show. So that's why I love the roundtables. Anything can go.
Yeah.
But the whole thing of Damian Priest now is becoming the guy who stands up for quote unquote the little guy, but literally he's being a badass when he steps up to Scarlett. But the line of the show for me is that tell your boy Cross I'm ready when he is. And after Finn goes TikTok, that was the best part of that whole segment is that Finn making a statement that this feud's going to happen and it's going to be real good. I hear freaking airplane out of Virginia. It's coming to Boston.
That's a Navy base. That's actually the world. I live in the world's largest naval base in history, right here in Virginia. Yeah, it's the biggest world base, and I'm like, holy shit.
They're coming after
Virginia,
you, Tim.
Do what?
They're coming after you, Tim.
They're coming after somebody. They're not coming after me.
Hey, Thomas, can we change that line for the Thursday Night Messiah to the Tuesday Night Messiah? Yeah. I mean, that's something the Messiahs can be swayed. I'm just kidding. I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
But honestly, Thomas, you're more welcome to come in anytime and be on camera if you can. But like I said, anybody can. I think Finn is getting better. Which is weird. But if the reports are true and Vince is not happy with Otis and Keith Lee, do you think that's a possibility they'll be back in NXT but in 2020? Yeah, 2021.
Yep, they sure will.
And by the way, this is not alcohol. This is just coffee.
Nice mug, by the way.
I know. Become a Fightful Select member. You'll get one if you do the $50 tier.
I got one also. You saw the photo I sent yesterday, Throwback.
Yeah, I know. I'm freaking cubbies and stuff now.
Hey.
We're doing product placement here on this show. Right?
I mean, if the South Bend Cubs are listening, I'm open for sponsorship.
Hey, what the hell?
Aaron's got like video game companies knocking on his door. Hey, we'll give you $1,000 just to keep plugging us on PS5. He'll be like,
I wish.
Be like,
I wish.
what's that line for $1 million man? Everybody has a price.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's got a price to pay.
But I mean, NXT is going to be good. I'm more looking forward past New Year's Evil. I want to see what they do afterwards because all the story intricacies. Obviously, Raquel and Ripley are not done yet. You've got Shotzi and Tony. And Ember is just the fifth cog in all this weight and probably going after Candace. But I want to see what they do with a lot of the talent they have just coddled in there. It should be interesting to see where they go. So hopefully at the end of everything, they'll do something to make the women's division a lot more interesting, but they got to fix that tag division. And if they're going the way I think, eventually with freaking, oh my God, and I hope they don't do it, Thatcher and Ciampa, they got to do something. And at this point, do you guys agree that it's going to be like that?
They got to do something with Thatcher. Bad.
I find Thatcher boring.
Because he loses all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what? He's supposed to be the master of all the holds and catch wrestling and all this jazz, and he loses every high-profile match. I mean, he beat Riddle on Riddle's way out, but that's because Riddle left on his back and went up to the main roster. Other than that, the dude never wins. I mean, you got to give him a win if you want to do something with Thatcher. If not, they got to come up with something else for him to do. You can't keep getting put in these feuds and losing. That's just, I mean, I love Tommaso Ciampa. Don't get me wrong; it's one of my favorites in all time in NXT. But he can stand to take a loss. Thatcher needs a win.
Should have won Takeover.
Yeah, but they're gonna keep it going. I have a feeling, and we'll see how it ends up. But they got to do something with Thatcher. They got to do something quick because I'm losing interest in him as a viable option.
Except you're not a casual audience, but yes, you made a valid point that the casual audience for NXT is literally just being like, I don't know. No, I'm not having a seizure.
Yeah, like last night with Retribution.
Really appreciate Ray for splitting between Impact and stuff.
You can hear that again.
I love you, buddy.
The talents of Omega's on.
No, I had to mute it because of this stupid jet flying over. Sorry about that.
Well, does that mean that if they're doing that segment early, everybody's going to be leaving for Impact?
And showing up here?
I really don't care about Impact, to be honest.
I do. I started watching. But the question is, Aaron, were you an Impact fan prior to this iteration, or were you an Impact fan further back? Like, I'm talking about like AJ,
yes,
the X Division, stuff like that.
I was an Impact fan from like 2005 to like 2011, and then I became an Impact fan again. I was well aware of it, what's going on, but I wasn't huge into it. But I became a fan from 2018 to 2019 when it's really, really good. Even though it's good now, but it didn't have the star power like it did the past 2 years. Because they all left.
Hey, John, tell us all the boys say hi.
The boys say hi?
Yeah, considering you're looking at your phone and
Mega's
I
just on. Mega's just on.
I'm sharing the link to your show to some people real quick.
I did too.
That's cool. But the thing about it is that I think Impact's working their way up, but I think the women's division and the tag division is carrying, and I think that's why they need Omega to make the men's division a lot more efficient. I'm just busting your chops, bud. You usually do it on your show with me. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm wrestling Plug Inc. I plug away.
At least it's not a strap-on match. Oh God, it's gonna be one of them nights. But we'll get back to the whole like Impact stuff. But NXT, the matches are being set up pretty good. Who do you think you guys will start with Tim and work our way back around? Who do you think Candice is going to go against? And do you see a women's tag with Candice and Hartwell? Dimmack.
Anything is possible. Anything's possible in the day of era. Could happen. Could happen. And it depends on how everything is going to be laying out, and then story going on. How are they going to capture that? So, yeah, I can see it happening, but it has to be at some point.
What about you, Aaron?
I don't know yet because of Candice's injury, the seriousness of her injury. But perhaps Indy Hartwell will get a singles match against Shotzi Blackheart. I believe they had a match earlier in the year where Hartwell actually beat her, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I believe so.
By distraction or interference, right?
Yeah.
Because Candice is hurt right now, and Shotzi and Candice do need a singles match to blow off their feud. Because last week when they had that trophy and that troll with the green hair and mocking Shotzi, it's just going to continue.
That was bad.
B. Gargano's got some moves.
Oh, God. Wasn't that like a doll head from like a child's toy? They just threw it on the top of somebody's trophy.
I thought it was a troll.
No, stop. Johnny imported that from Italy overnight. That is Italian. It's classy. It's not a doll. It was custom made. Kidding. But speaking to Candice, to answer your question on my end, she's another one that never seems to win the high-profile match. I know that her team won War Games, but she didn't win War Games. Raquel won War Games. So what do you do with Candice? And I mean, Indy and them as a tag team is great, but if they're not going to bring the women's tag team championship belts down to NXT, is there really a need for a bunch of women's tag teams in NXT?
Is there a need for those titles right now?
Shayna and Nia haven't been down there. I know Bayley and Sasha went down there early on and did their thing. Well,
he's not dead. Anakin. He's still alive.
What's up, Anakin?
Keep going, Sean, because literally this is going to get interesting.
Oh, no, yeah. I was just saying, what do you do with the women's tag division in NXT? That's a really great thought. But if you're not going to put them on the same level of Raw and SmackDown, then there's no point of really going that deep into it. So, but again, there's nothing for Candice to do unless she's in the title picture. But every time she's in the title picture, she loses.
Well, I mean, we could always have Warren pop in and get mad about how we talk about the women's tag titles and ratings. Because Aaron did point out that he went off on the Discord for 30 minutes about ratings. So,
Anakin might remember that.
Yeah, Warren doesn't like the ratings talk.
So we can get him to go off on just about anything. Like I got him last night on his Raw pre-show. I got him to go off about this woman who I guess cooks her ground beef and then immediately rinses it, and he went off for like 5 or 6 minutes on that.
Ooh, I saw that. Ooh, that reminds me. We got to do a food and wrestling show soon, real soon before Christmas.
Yep. Yeah. I said I'd rather watch a Goldberg contract signing than ever watch that woman rinse her ground beef ever again. Ooh.
I didn't think the Untold. I didn't think the Goldberg Untold was bad. Just saying.
What?
I didn't think Goldberg Untold was that bad.
No, but rinsing your ground beef in the sink is bad. What is that? You got to be better.
I don't even rinse my ground beef in a sink. What the fuck is wrong with people today?
Says the person who literally swore as soon as he walked in on the street.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just gonna flat out run. I'm gonna go ahead and do like a 2-minute rant. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Finally, he's gonna do it. Anakin, I owe you
Seriously.
something. I lost that bet of Tim ranting within 3 minutes of a show.
Oh wow.
Damn. No, you should.
Now I gotta send him a jersey. This is awesome.
Stop making jersey
Hell.
bets. Have you not learned
Hell,
by
guys,
now?
y'all should have heard me. No. Throwback heard me maybe one time on one of my podcasts on my Facebook page. I went on a rant for 34 minutes.
Oh, you went further than that, but you never ranted on my show, so that's why the bet was me and Anakin were joking one time. Like, yeah, watch Tim go on a rant for about 30 minutes of the show, like I did.
I could go on a rant for a fucking hour if you want me to. I can. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry if I'm swearing.
DM me your jersey and your size. Considering I found a place where I got my jersey for like $20. So I mean, I found it online, so it's easy. These are like high quality too. Speaking
of sending stuff, so that shirt that I sent out to Sean, it came back to me. I don't know what the issue was. It came back to me, but now I've got to wait until my quarantine is done before I send it back out. So unfortunately, he's not going to get it before Christmas, but or at least to be able to open it before Christmas, because I want him to do it live on the air with Denise there, which apparently I haven't watched last night's show, but apparently he really needs to do now after some toaster. The WWE toaster.
He did.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody that's watching. We have people who you should watch, pay attention to on here for the roundtable. We've got Aaron Entertainment, who's doing killer stuff. John from Wrestling Punk Inc. Plug Inc. Anakin, who is officially not dead. And
not
Tim
yet.
Trevor, Tim Peaceful Trevor, where he does his show on Facebook. Check it out; it's really good. We're gonna move on more with NXT though. Do you guys think the Screamer guy mask, that whole thing, is now officially dead? And please, God, please let it be dead.
It should have never happened. Scream was popular, what, 98? They couldn't have came up with anything else.
Well,
it was cool for Halloween Havoc. That was great.
They did have that show on MTV like a few years ago.
They're making Scream 5.
Because I remember they had one of the actors on the show. She had been in like season 2 of Arrow. Like they'd made her to be this big character in season 2, and then season 3 she basically vanished. I was like, oh, because she went off to do this Scream show on MTV. So even like 4 or 5 years ago, it was kind of back in the zeitgeist.
Is that the actress who played in Sarah Connor's Chronicles? And played the Terminator? Not the Terminator, but
no, you're thinking of Summer Glau, who was Who was
she was in season 2 of Arrow.
No, she was in no. I'm talking. It was the girl from season 2 of Arrow who was in Scream. She was like a friend of Roy Harper, like a street rat kid. Hey, I didn't say I watched it. I just said it was a show on MTV. I don't.
Whoops.
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't watch MTV at all. I just know they had a Scream show, and this one actress who was in season 2 of Arrow was one of the people on the show. That's all I'm saying.
This is why I love my roundtables. All the shit just comes out there. We don't talk just about wrestling.
Well, I remember back in the 90s, what was it, 92, 93? I seen a bunch of people in masks, but then like over the years, I've seen hardly any masks. And then I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna get tons and tons of heat for it, but I don't give a flying shit or flying fuck about it. I can't stand Retribution, fucking pieces of shit. They're a bunch of stupid. It's stupid. It's the Nexus 2.0.
I agree.
Once I upgrade this thing, I'm gonna have a ticker.
I made a video about them. I made a video called Free Retribution.
I don't think anybody disagrees. I don't think there's anybody out there that's like Retribution's a great angle. They completely butchered that and ruined it.
Yeah. You know
There's no salvation for Retribution. That's basically what it is.
You know what
You're going to abuse Ricochet into joining. You're going to abuse Ricochet.
Dingbat Nation. A bunch of dingbats. What the fuck is wrong with WWE? If you see that in AEW, would y'all see that in AEW? Hell no. Would you see that in TNA or in? Or
okay, to be fair, hold on. To be fair, 2019 did have 2019's Dark Order, which was not good. So, but the difference is that AEW realized this isn't working. We need to try something else. So they pivoted and made Dark Order be actually a good thing.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
They took the time. Retribution is because one quarterly earnings call, Vince got hammered by investors going, "Hey, what's going on with the creative and ratings and all this stuff?" And he panicked. And this is what we got. There was never any long-term plans for the group in the first place. The group wouldn't have existed if not for that earnings call, and we all know it.
But also you can do the correlation between the two with Punk's version of the Nexus and then Wade Barrett being the lead of the Nexus.
Yeah.
It got better a lot than that.
It did not exist.
The worst part about the Retribution angle to me is
I can agree going
it's
into
a
now.
great angle. It's a great idea in theory. But it just doesn't make sense. It's all ass backwards. Why would you sign people that just destroyed your performance center? Why would you have them lose all the time? Why would they care to have these matches anyway if they just want to overthrow the WWE? So it's just written poorly. Yeah. In theory, it's a great idea. If they would have went a few different directions with it and put some thought into it, it might be a different story.
But the problem is that ever since that first Nexus debut angle where they came and just tore the whole ringside area up, WWE has tried this, time and time again of having some group come in, they mess up the ringside arena and they go, "Oh man, we've never seen anything like this." And it's like, they got it to work twice. They got it to work with Nexus briefly, and they got it to work with the Shield. And the Shield is the one time I'd say they actually pulled it off pretty well, because Shield was white hot when that split happened.
They
were nuclear hot, not white hot. Jeez. Nobody could touch them.
Well,
I was there when they debuted at Survivor Series when they helped out Punk, and it was just three dudes in the SWAT gear that just jumped the rail and started beating up Cena, and you're like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah,
to watch it back, and that was a white hot angle, and they did amazing with the Shield. And there's proof that you can do Retribution. You can do the angle if you put the time in. That's all they got to do is put the time in and make it make sense.
So I made a video called Free Retribution, basically saying free all the members of Retribution, them to get rid of the group, because I don't think it's going to go any farther with I don't think it's going to get better. No offense to Ricochet, but he's not going to make that group any better. He's just going to bring good matches, but what is he going to? He can't talk. We all know that. So basically in that video, I said with each member, right? Like Mia Yim, she has to go away for a little. No, I don't think I said that. She doesn't need to go away. She could somehow get an argument and just leave Retribution, take off the mask, throw at her leader, and just walk out.
She needs to stop losing to Dana Brooke.
Yeah, that too. That's what I said. Free her. That's what I meant. Basically being free her about that. And Dijak needs to go away, get some hair, get the hair back. And get rid of that tattoo, whatever, that fake tattoo.
He needs to be that Massachusetts kill machine, beat the living shit out of everybody. You know what would be awesome, too, and I thought about this the other night after seeing your stuff, Aaron, is that can you just picture Dijak, Olney, and another person that they have in the Performance Center or in the main roster and just do an all Massachusetts faction, kind of like a Mafia style thing where they're like, Dijak's kind of the Whitey Bulger spot kind of thing, and Olney is that spot. and Dijak's just the guy. He just sends out and whacks everybody and just takes over
So
and
like a
stuff.
new
That would be an
version-
awesome
We
thing.
already had the
No, like a
Mean
new
Street Posse,
version
man.
of the FBI, basically.
I'm talking about like a Boston, like everybody on the roster makes fun of them because of the way they talk and stuff and how they say it. But then all of a sudden, when it's time to go up and shut up, they literally
Yeah.
destroy them. You know.
Yep. I can
I'll
see.
also
Yeah,
say
I
this.
see that.
I can
So
also say this. Mace impressed me last night. He has some moves that impressed me. He wasn't that bad. He still needs some work, but he wasn't that bad.
Do you guys think that this whole retribution angle has ruined these guys and gals for the rest of their career? It's gonna just stick with them like a sore thumb.
I
It's gonna
really
end it
don't.
now.
I don't think.
Are you ever gonna take Dominic Dijakovic serious again? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it's gonna be tough to do. There's a lot of damage control needs to be done.
What I think with Dijak
Any of the
mainly.
series.
What I think with Dijak mainly is what they're going to end up doing is they're going to bring him back down for a little while, give him a little time to rest up, and because he's got a taste of the main roster now, so he has an idea in a little bit. So then it usually makes somebody like, you tell him no and makes him more hungrier. I mean, he literally, and I was sitting there talking to my sister about it, and she made a valid point, is that he needs to get back with Lee and have those, kick-ass matches. And I think they need to put, if they separate Retribution, put Dijak on SmackDown. They desperately need somebody like a heel who can actually, a big man heel who can carry a lot of stuff too. And Dijak does that. He literally can carry it. I mean, Dijak is the reason why a lot of people in that match with Lee that he did on the Indies is why Lee became a huge name. And, Dijak's literally like, the one guy that can elevate. He's like Orton's Edge. That match on the main roster with the right circumstances would be amazing.
So I think it depends on a few things. If you look at the different members of Retribution, so you got Ali. He has gone through so much on the main roster that I think he would be able to escape the stench of this because the fans want him to. They want him to succeed so bad. That fans are going to be willing to overlook and forget a lot of stuff. If it means him getting more time on TV and him getting more of a push. I think for Dio Madden, I think it's going to be hard for him because apart from this, what he's mainly known for is taking the F5 from Brock Lesnar on the
Off the table. Yeah. He literally got destroyed.
Right. I think for Mia Yim, I think she's talented enough that she could easily be able to overcome the stigma of this and be able to do well if she's given the opportunity to actually do something. And that's the key thing, because when Raw spent months having Bianca Belair on their roster and barely using her, that'd be a tough thing for anybody to be able to overcome. And then who's the other guy?
Slapjack.
For Shane Thorne, I think he'll have a hard time as well, because I don't remember much of his run in NXT, to be honest. So what he's done on the main roster has been most of what I've seen, and so I think for Shane Thorne, I think he's going to have the same kind of problems that Dio Madden has. But
Slapjack should be Slapjack forever. He's the only one that should.
Well, at least on Twitter.
Stay
at least on Twitter.
I'm just seeing Tim now, and he's ready to burst. So, hey, why don't we just stand back and watch Tim and bask in the glory of Tim's greatness right now?
There's a Tim coming through.
Let's just put it like this, and I'm going to go ahead and fucking rant. I'm sorry.
How about this? Go ahead and rant. I'll go grab my WWE title, and literally I'll stand like Keith Lee while you're ranting.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, first of all, who the fuck named herself Slapjack? It should be called. They don't need to be called Slapjack. They don't need to be called Slapnuts. They need to be called Slap Dumbass. I don't know who the fucking creative does that. And then you got some. And I'm gonna go ahead and rant. I don't give a shit. But Retribution is a fucking dumb faction. Okay, I'd rather. If we would go back time to 2001 when WCW was going out of business and ECW, which that's my favorite show, leaving. They both formed an alliance and they went after WWE. That angle is a little bit more successful than Retribution. Because at least you didn't have to worry about having someone like, and there's a few of the people that y'all mentioned, I feel bad for them. I really do. But what the fuck is wrong with this picture?
I'm just gonna sit this right here for right now while you're going on.
You guys Slapjack, which I call him Slap Nuts, because you guys probably play. Oh, I'm not gonna go there on that one. But what the fuck? It's like
we're bringing airplanes and props.
For the jet, but what the hell? Okay, WWE creative sucks balls, majorly. Why the fuck would you want? And I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go ahead and get some heat on this. Vince McMahon is what, 70-something years old, like 78. My fucking dad is 68 years old, and my dad has got more goddamn common sense than Vince McMahon ever has. How many? I'm going to say this. Vince McMahon, how many times you screw a light bulb? Probably not even one time. My dad sit there and can outsmart that man. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Vince McMahon is a brilliant dude because he makes all that kind of money. But all that power and fame go right to your fucking brain. At least my dad.
And there's Ron.
And my dad is like really cool about it. So what's up, Ron?
Maybe Ron can cool Tim down a little bit.
Well, no.
I also have to make room for Middle Mike because he's going to be popping in a second, which means I will probably be.
And okay, he's back.
Who's the host now?
Yeah. So,
Retribution just took over the show.
Well, the question is, can you guys hear me while when I go off though?
We should.
No.
I'll pop
Anakin,
out.
you're holding the reins.
Yeah.
Well, no, you just disappear.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm trying to see, I'm on 1 foot right now because my ankle.
Hey, it's Demon Diva. What's up?
My ankle, my left one, I rolled out of bed this morning, and I rolled it. And this is the same ankle that I messed up when I was 15 years old. And I sprained it. This time I rolled it, and it hurts. And throwback seeing the photo of that picture I sent this morning.
Yeah. This is a little heavy. I got to put it down. This is an authentic
and
replica, by the way.
I'll tell you what, guys. I'm lucky and I'm thankful that I didn't break my ankle today. Because it would have been a pain in the ass for me to get up in the morning time. And I got to get up tomorrow anyway. And
there's the man himself. What's up, Metal Mike? How you doing?
Hey.
Can you hear us? Mikey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey,
We can hear you.
technical difficulties. But I'm here. I made it.
Yeah, so we finally got the people you need to watch in 2021, the people I think you should pay attention to. Call Up in the Ring, Wrestling Plugging, Aaron Entertainment. Show contributors, you got Anakin, who is officially not dead. We've already confirmed this. And Tim Traver. I like how this is all set up. You look on top of Anakin in the box. It says peaceful Tim Traver and Anakin. I am not dead.
I'm not peaceful.
So in case anybody wondered, hey, is COVID fun? It's not fun. It sucks.
Sucks
How about
balls.
this? Since Tim already went off, Anakin, you can go off for as much time as you want about it because you already told me. Oh well, I might as well.
Yeah. Well, so it's look, it's not the sickest I've ever been. That would be either when I had norovirus several years ago when that was going around here, and then time in 8th grade when I missed over a week of school. But this probably was like in my top 5 of being sick, and
the other 4 were watching Raw.
no. Here, I don't see. But here's the thing: I don't normally watch Raw because normally, like, I start work at 9:30, so I don't. So it's like, well, I'm not gonna. It's very rare for me to watch a little bit of Raw before I go into work. So I've missed all the stuff, and the few times that I do watch, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to waste my time with this. But yeah, I've got it. My parents have it. My son's got it. My grandpa's got it, and my aunt who's in town staying with my grandpa has it. So thankfully we're all on the mend. Last week was really bad. I slept for probably over 12 hours straight, basically, on Thursday. I just was like, I don't care about anything. I don't care.
My 18-minute episode show of this show last week, you were like, I don't give a shit anymore.
Well, yeah. And I wasn't. I was starting to feel it then. I was just like, I can't even be bothered. Like, I'm so far behind on podcasts and stuff, but yeah, thankfully I'm on the mend. But the one thing that has popped up for me is my restless leg syndrome, which I only dealt with every once in a while, has popped up real bad on this. So I ended up getting a weighted blanket, which has really helped. If you deal with restless leg syndrome and you don't know what to do, a weighted blanket actually will work wonder. It's just a 15-pound blanket that goes right on you, and it works wonders for that. I was actually able to get some decent sleep last night.
Yeah, I think Mike is having technical difficulties because if you watch him, he's like an 8-bit show right now. Hey, Mike, can you still hear us?
That would be a no.
Yeah.
No. First up.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna pop them out for now.
Yeah.
But we've talked about more of the other things in wrestling right now, so I mean it's interesting. So where do you guys sit on Raw in general right now, other than the matches, like storyline wise? Are you guys just done with it for right now, or you tune out other than just popping in for matches or watching highlights?
I basically let the Raw post shows tell me what happened on Raw, and based on that, it's like, is there anything I need to check out? No, okay, and then I'm like, okay, so I know what's going on. I know what matches happened. I know what booking stuff was done, but I don't need to waste my time with watching nonsensical stuff. Like, my time is limited enough as it is without needing to worry about whatever bullcrap they're doing on Raw.
Well, like I said, if anybody in the chat wants to pop in, just DM me, and you're more welcome to come in. I mean, we have one extra slot till Mike gets back. But for me, more so with Raw, it's like I just pop in, watch the highlights, and pop out because the storylines aren't carrying Raw as much compared to SmackDown. SmackDown, on the other hand, if I have to watch a full episode of any of those products, I'll watch SmackDown on Hulu because obviously it erases commercials and stuff, but it's more fun watching Roman and Owens go at it. I never expect to actually like this feud. I thought it was just going to be like just a stopgap till Bryan was done for the IC run.
Well, they had a pretty decent feud was it 20? No, was it 2016? When did they have a feud?
It was 16. Didn't they have a match at Roadblock?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So that was
Jericho.
that was a decent a decent feud then, but obviously that wasn't this Roman, and this Roman is really the one thing I would say that's really worth watching in a WWE right now. Sean made the point on Listing Your Boy last week. Like, it seems like WWE is only able to do one really good storyline at a time. First it was Edge and Randy, and then it was Bayley and Sasha, and now it's Roman. So we know they are capable of doing really good storylines that people are invested in. They just have a problem having more than one of them at a time. But this Roman right now is worth watching. Is worth watching SmackDown for, just to see what he's going to do next.
Well, I'm excited for the first time to actually watch somebody to face Roman other than Jay. And that's interesting all in itself. So, Aaron, what do you think about the possibility of Owens and Roman past this?
Well, if the rumors, I don't know what's going to plans for a Rumble. If the rumors are true that Daniel Bryan might be the next in line, so I don't know if it's going to be, if this is a one-time thing. But I certainly hope not, because this feud is just heating up, and in these kind of matches, usually the end of a feud, right? But this is really just the beginning. But they're going to beat the shit out of each other. We all know that, because they've been doing well. Roman Reigns really got the upper hand last Friday, and because Kevin Owens is being stupid, being interviewed. When you're looking for someone, don't stop for an interview. Keep on looking for that person. But the thing is, Roman Reigns is selling everything since he came back. With the way he cuts his promos when he talks, he doesn't talk like a heel, like he's arrogant, but it's calm arrogance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it almost seems like that calm confidence that a lot of people could actually For me, example, I got married and I was completely calm, and my buddy's like, "You're crazy. Why are you like me?" He's pacing back and forth like a madman. But still, it's gotten me excited for Owens to do something other than jumping off a WrestleMania sign to end the year. So, I mean, hopefully it works out. Eventually they have to give Owens something else to do other than just be a stopgap person or a worker, and give him a legit run for something other than just being a stopgap opponent. Like right now it sucks. He's doing amazing stuff, and I like Kevin Steed, we'll call him that, but even though his name on WWE is Kevin Owens, I'm extremely happy about it, but I'm looking forward to see what they do. Other than that, I mean, we can stop talking about wrestling and talk about what we always talk about, all the rest of the stuff in our lives. So since I have two prevalent gamers on here, and one of them is still stating on his tag that he is not dead, what are the games you guys looking forward to in 2021 that are coming out for these consoles? I haven't still gotten my Xbox yet, and I have to save up for it. So,
what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to actually being able to play Cyberpunk.
Well, I heard about the refunds.
You mean the refunds that people aren't actually getting?
Yeah.
That's
the PlayStation.
That's a mess. Yeah, I have a PS4 Slim, which would be considered a base PS4, and an Xbox One X, but I'm not gonna be getting Cyberpunk anytime soon. I just got picked up Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ghost of Tsushima for Black Friday, and so I still have to go through those, and I still got a platinum. I still have to finish my platinum run of Spider-Man Miles Morales, so I'm not in any kind of rush to get to Cyberpunk, but I don't really know. It's like next year is still kind of open a little bit as far as like what exactly is coming. Like we know we're gonna get Horizon Forbidden West at some point. We're assuming we're getting a Breath of the Wild sequel next year. Maybe God of War Ragnarok next year, but that's more and more doubtful. And then whatever Call of Duty is next year and Halo, but it's still pretty like there's a lot about next year that we don't really know. Like we don't know what all Ubisoft has got really cooking, or EA, or even like Devolver Digital, like what exactly they're doing. So there's a lot of questions about what 2021 in gaming will look like, apart from hopefully, like I said, Cyberpunk being able to run and more people being able to get their hands on consoles.
Well, I think for more so the idea, and I'm praying, and I wanted Aaron and John and Tim's reaction to this. If you remember E3 a couple years ago, they announced a one Switch game, and this is the only reason why I bought a Nintendo Switch. And I'll be honest with you, sorry, Anakin, it's not to play Uno and watch you guys go at it. Metroid 4. Do you absolutely see the possibility at the end of 2021 they announcing that game is complete or close to being complete?
For like a 2022 release?
Yeah.
I think it's possible. They restarted production on it. Oh, I want to say they restarted production on it last year. Like they announced it because they announced at some point it was restarted. I think Retro is. I think another studio was doing it, and then that wasn't working. So I think they got Retro on it, and Retro is the one who made Prime 1, 2, and 3. So, and Retro knows how to do a Metroid game. We all know that. I think for 2022, I think it's possible. I'm still. Here's one game. I didn't think about that people are still hoping for 2021 that I'm not convinced about. The AEW game. I'm still not convinced. I'm not convinced at all that's coming out 2021. I would be surprised, and I'd be skeptical of it, especially because they had announced it for PS4 and Xbox One, as well as next-gen platforms. And we've seen with Cyberpunk and some other games, like Miles Morales has this problem as well. You try and make a game for next-gen and then do a last-gen version of it, it's going to be really rough, especially if you're not playing on the more advanced last-gen consoles.
Hence why I'm waiting to save up some money for a new one. Hell, maybe my birthday will come around in 2 months, and you never know, it might happen. What do you think, Aaron, about the video games that are possibly coming out in 2021, or games like Metroid Prime that are on the shelf but need to come out?
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to cut this short, guys. My ankle is really killing me outside, so I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm sorry to interrupt, Aaron, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off here.
Hey, we got much love for you, my bud. Remember, we'll be on at 1:00 tomorrow if you want to pop in.
Yeah, I will be on.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my stuff out there. Y'all can follow me in Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm sure Throwback can plug me at the end of the show if he wants to.
It's kind of hard to follow you on Twitter when you have your account locked.
No, I don't.
Oh,
you want me to prove that now?
No, the reason why I got it locked is because a bunch of people wanted to scam me. That's why.
Yeah, in order for people to get to you, you got it freely.
I know.
But I get your
point. I gotta change it. I know. But I got other two accounts too. So.
Yeah, but You are the peaceful Tim Trevor, but unfortunately today you weren't peaceful. You came out fire.
I was pissed. Sorry, guys. I'm gotta run. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get that lock button off of there so y'all can follow me or whatever. But, all right, guys, I gotta roll. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow at Throwback at 1:00, bud.
Much love, man.
See you later.
All right, thank you. Thank y'all.
Take care.
Yep.
That guy is awesome. And I'm grateful to have you guys on too. So, I mean, Aaron's doing amazing things. It was an honor to be on John's show all the time. We're not ending this stream yet because this is still going to be fun. But Aaron, you can finish your water. I'll have John answer about that so you can finish.
It's okay. I don't need it right now.
I can answer the video game question in a sip, Aaron. I have no clue. I play PS2 still.
Hey, not a bad console.
I just bought Fire Pro Wrestling World the other day, and I don't understand it. 2K21 is about the only game that I play with any kind of regularity. I did buy Battlegrounds, and it was pretty interesting. Didn't keep my interest for very long. But I'm gonna
do
Me too. I have it. Me too.
Did you want
to video game time, Ron?
Video games is just not my.
No. Do you want to rant on Battlegrounds? All right, I'm gonna call out Jeremy Lambert here because he started.
Not the point guard.
He started playing Battlegrounds on stream, and I was like, oh, so if I buy it on PS4, then would we have played on stream sometime? He's like, yeah, sure, absolutely. So like, okay, so I bought it, and then he decides, oh, you know what? Forget Battlegrounds. That game's dumb. Nobody's interested in that. I'll get Joel Pearl to help me, and we'll play Legends of Wrestling and WrestleMania 21 and get DMCA'd for having Voodoo Child play when Hulk Hogan comes out to the ring. And then he can't bear to handle the truth of Taylor Swift albums and the fact that Reputation is not a great album, that 1989 is clearly a superior album, and also the fact that Britney Spears' first two albums are
John,
better than
can you
Taylor
isolate
Swift's
this clip so we
first
can put
two
this on Twitter,
albums.
please?
And he decides, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to kick Anakin off the call, and I'm going to ban him from Game Stream. Here's the thing. The only reason I didn't play Among Us on Thursday is because I was trying not to die from COVID. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Can somebody isolate that clip for me? And I'm going to actually, you know what I can do?
They played on Wednesday, didn't they? Not
No,
Thursday.
they played on Thursday.
No, they played on Thursday.
They played on Thursday because when Jeremy put out on Twitter, hey, who's somebody from wrestling in the Fightful community that I should play Among Us with on stream? Somebody mentioned me, and then Jeremy's like, oh, well, he's banned. And I'm like, guess what, fools? I got COVID right now. I'm not going to be able to handle it anyway because I'm too busy sleeping and trying to rest. I don't have the energy for it. Jeremy wants to think it's because he banned me from Game Stream. I love the fact
that once this gets published, I can go in the studio, isolate this clip, and just put it out there and be like, hey, Jeremy, somebody has a bomb for you. I love you, Jerry. Don't kill me. Fightful.
Also, he cheats at Uno.
Just hot takes everywhere.
Kill me.
But Battlegrounds is that's not a game worth investing any time or money in.
I dropped $15 on it Black Friday. I just, I do it in downtime. My kids are gamers, like
get paid
all about games, and I just, when I have some free time, I meddle. I play around with it.
If you dropped $15 on it, you spent about $30 too much. They should have paid you $15.
The only thing I've noticed so far, and I brought this up on a podcast I did the other day, was that King Corbin's, he came out to his theme, and it was just the Lone Wolf theme. It wasn't the splicing in the King music too. So even Battlegrounds, for as bad as it may be, knew that theme song was trash.
Sure.
And that they should stop doing that. So I'll give them credit there. They had my interest for that.
Sure. But I mean, at the same time, you can't call yourself the lone wolf and then give yourself knights to surround yourself. It doesn't compute. You can't be a lone wolf and have friends.
Best heel in the business, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Not anymore.
All right, Evan Wright.
I gotta have a show full time with Anakin on the new channel. I swear this would be awesome. I could just see it now. Aaron's like, I need to go on video game rants with Anakin for an hour besides his channel. Like, do it. I'd be like Palpatine. Go ahead and do it. Just do it.
I have one major issue with Xbox and Microsoft. You know how you can stream using Twitch, right? Right, straight from the Xbox. Like on Sony, on the PlayStation 4 and 5, you could stream on the Twitch and to YouTube right from their system. The Xbox only does it through Twitch. I hate it. I hate getting my capture card and setting it all up. I'd rather just do it through the system instead of setting everything up because it's a pain in the butt. And I really want to stream Assassin's Creed Valhalla because that's such an amazing game.
Don't ruin it for me. Like I said, I'm waiting for a new console. And if anybody ruins it, I will be a Boston mafioso and I will get you whacked.
Well, I mean, the reason it's set up way, it's set up that way on the Xbox is because it was originally set up to default right to Mixer. And then when Mixer went the way of the dodo, they're like, well, we have to switch it to Twitch somehow. So I think that is one of the things that they're supposed to be working on is making it easier to stream to whatever platform you want to stream on. So
I do have a Twitch channel. I used to stream on Twitch like a long time ago, but I stopped.
Shameless plug. Check out me playing Counter-Strike Condition Go with Anakin's yelling at me, be like, I can't hear shit. Speaking of that, on the new channel, I will be launching a new show on that. It'll be randomly popping up weekly. I'll be playing. I'm hoping to see if I can get investment into it to get a server. I'm going to be inviting people to play Counter-Strike Condition Go, and it's something that I used to play in college and stuff, and I've kind of slowly got into it. Anakin literally was like, "You need to diversify your portfolio, there, my friend." So
there's more games than CS:GO.
Oh, I'm thinking about Among Us, and I was like, "How much is that? $5?"
Oh,
and I'm like,
"Here you go. That's on Switch now. That just came to Switch today." Throwback.
Yeah, and it's also on mobile devices, but it doesn't work on with live streams.
Well, don't play on mobile. Don't do that. Don't play on mobile.
If anybody wanted to get real, but I play Pokemon Go right now, so I mean that's why this whole looks better.
That's fine, but I'm just saying, like when the BRE when they play Among Us, they'll have Dijak play on mobile, and Dijak can't manage to mute himself while playing. So whenever he gets killed, he'll go, "Oh!" And literally, Adjustment Duke will be like, Dijak, you can't talk when you get killed all the time. It's great.
They had they run Up and Down today on YouTube.
Yes, playing Phasmophobia. I haven't seen that yet, but I love watching them play Phasmophobia. And that's how that's what gets frustrating about how Shayna Baszler is presented on is being presented on TV, because I've really gotten to get a good idea of what she's really like because of the videos that she's been on with Jessamine Duke playing Among Us and Phasmophobia. Like when they play Phasmophobia, Shayna will be like, "Well, screw it, I'll sacrifice myself. I'll just go in there and I'll get murdered by the ghost. Screw it, let's go." And she'll charge in there. She'll say the ghost name so many times just to get the ghost all mad to get to kill her. And it's Shayna is really entertaining, and it's why can't you just let her be that on Raw and but also be able to beat up people. Like she can do it. You know, we know she can. It's so frustrating.
So here's a theory I have, and I'll have Ron chime in because he's been quiet. Or do you possibly think that they're holding Shayna back on the reins, waiting for Mia Shafir and Jessamine Duke to come back up or get some ground in NXT? Because Ronda is training. There's videos out there of her training like crazy. You could see 2021, the 4 horsewomen match that everybody wants eventually. I mean, we can head down that road. So do you think that'll happen? And I'm not talking about WrestleMania. I'm talking about going into 2021, late 21 or 2022 to set that up. Because now they're talking Roman Reigns match with Rock at WrestleMania 37 now, I believe. Can you hear me, Ron?
Oh, you're talking to me. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I said your name.
Oh, there you go. I'm like, I actually thought that, I'm like, what is Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke doing, really? Because I'm like, can't they just be like working as like a tag team and NXT? Couldn't they be doing that in the meantime instead of working on like Raw Underground?
Well, I think Marina had surgery recently.
Oh, did she?
Let me double check.
Duke had surgery, but I think she's healed from it now. I don't know what's happening.
Well, I know she did. I thought Marina did too.
I don't know what she's up to. I just know Jessamine Duke's been streaming a lot.
Because it feels like they've been quiet. Like I don't watch a lot of like video game streams, so all I see is just them from like Raw Underground, and that's about it. Yeah. And I'm like, what is it, like 5-6 months or something like that? That it seems like, like they're quiet or non-existent, basically. I don't really get it. I'm like, they're botching Shayna as is right now. I'm like, she's a total badass, and I'm like, she could just like, just like clearly destroy every like woman that's on the roster basically, and I don't even know what they're doing with her. And I'm sure that they're probably going to lose the tag team belts or whatever, and basically having like Lana being like substituted for somebody else. My guess, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Charlotte Flair or somebody like that, and then all of a sudden they become like tag team champions or whatever.
Well, I did mention earlier that Charlotte was posting pictures on Twitter about how she was doing workouts and stuff. So,
can I say something about Charlotte and Asuka? I feel like they're going to have a rematch at WrestleMania next year.
Please, that'd be great. Asuka needs something to do that isn't tag team related.
Right.
What an absolute waste of a title run.
It would be kind of like the whole thing where, Michaels and Diesel had the tag titles. Michael had the championship. They face off each other. That was a classic moment in WrestleMania. If anybody wants to look it up, go right ahead, because you had Jenny McCarthy as a valet, which a lot of people are like, who that was. And then Pamela Anderson came out too. So,
they're making a movie on Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's a good joke.
I just heard about that today.
There's already a movie about Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee out there.
Winter Soldier.
I think Lily, what is it, Lily James or somebody?
Yeah, Lily James.
I'm like, why?
She looks nothing like her.
No. Not at all.
Pamela Anderson doesn't look like herself anymore. Have you seen how much plastic she has?
Well, sure. But I mean, not even back then. Like, no, there's nothing.
To quote a line from a song, "How did we get here?" We go from wrestling to plastic surgery in one shot.
You know what? I mean, hey, look. The only thing that I'm looking forward to right now, as far as movies, I'm looking forward to Christmas when I can watch Wonder Woman 1984. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for whenever we get Black Widow, like whenever that happens, and then all the stuff coming to
didn't
all
Aaron
the Marvel
cover that already?
What?
Yeah, but I covered Wonder Woman.
No, but I'm saying, did you cover the Marvel press conference where they announced all the dates?
No, I'm doing that on Thursday.
Really? Awesome. Yeah, they already announced the date when Black Widow was coming out. They released a lot of them.
The only movie that matters in 2021 is the Mighty Ducks Game Changers movie. That's it. That's the end all be all of movies.
I think it's
and
a TV show,
and
though.
I'm not joking. Is it a TV show? Whatever.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
a TV
Yeah,
show.
it's a show.
End all be all, man. Mighty Ducks are
They're
back.
having
Gordon
one?
Bob, I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
Yeah,
I watched
yeah,
the
with,
trailer 4 times the other day.
with Lauren Graham in it. Which I'm like,
And,
okay, you
and
put
Bob-
Lauren Graham in something, I'm interested.
And
Emilio
Bob Bay
Estevez
is
hasn't
back.
grown, man. He hasn't aged as Emilio Estevez. He hasn't aged a bit.
Good.
Not really.
She's like what, like almost 50?
But in the
Lauren
show, he
Graham?
doesn't look like he has.
Yeah.
No, she's not. She can.
Oh
not.
yeah.
Is she
Lauren-
really?
Yeah, I think she's like close to 50.
Hold on.
Quack, quack, quack.
I.
Actually, I should get one. You know that Amazon
Whoever
sells
just
old school
commented
Mighty
on
Ducks.
Holy cow, she's 53.
Yeah.
Really?
She looks
doesn't look
so
like a-
good for 53.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
So yeah, that's the only thing that matters in 2021 is the Mighty Ducks are back. The
I just
greatest
remember her
trilogy
with
of all time.
that. I just remember her with that guy
whoa,
from
the
911.
best Goldberg.
Whoa, hold on. Greatest trilogy of
Greatest
all time, Mighty
trilogy
Ducks.
of all time.
I love the Mighty Ducks movies.
Fight me.
D2 is
Fight me.
my favorite of them. But I am sorry, you cannot be on a show with me where Back to
How
the
could we
Future
not see
exists and claim something else is the greatest trilogy of
Mighty
all
Ducks,
time.
Back to the Future, the rest. That's
No,
all I'm gonna say.
no, it's Back to the Future, the original Star Wars trilogy, Lord of the Rings. Mighty Ducks is like somewhere down here. It's
Ooh.
great, but there are so many other
I've-
legitimately better movie trilogies out there.
Throwback. Should I tell him? I told you once on a podcast, and you got pretty upset.
I already said it.
I've never seen Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, so I
Whoa.
couldn't make that claim.
That
But
I just
Mighty
put
Yeah, I
that
haven't
in
watched
with
Lord
my
of the
own.
Rings.
I just put this in my
I've
own
only
chat.
seen the first Bill and Ted movie. I've only seen the first one of those.
You know what's really good? A series of movies, but they're not. They're in a trilogy, but they're not in a quote unquote. 1, 2, 3 kind of. They did a series of Boston movies, like The Town and all that stuff. Those are all a series of movies. Like Black Mass was. It's all like a series of Massachusetts movies. They call that a Mass trilogy. So
Or Friday. Friday's a great trilogy as well. Friday. Next
Kid
I'll
and
tell you
Play.
one that's good, that's underrated, that nobody talks about. It's like those Grisham movies. You get The Firm, The Pelican Brief, and The Client. Those are
No,
3 very good
the
movies.
Dan Brown movies, the Da Vinci Code.
I've
I
only
have
seen Da
all of
Vinci
them.
Code.
I've seen all
Demon.
3 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What's the second one?
Angels and Demons was the second one.
There's
Yeah.
a third one. There's a third one that came out like 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah, and I have that. I can't
I don't
remember. But I mean, there's a lot of good trilogy movies, and
Infernal, Dante's Inferno, I think it was the third one.
yeah, that was it.
Could be.
So
Could
I
be.
mean, there's a lot of good things out there. I mean, right now I feel bad because I think Middle Mike's still trying to update his browser. He messaged me saying he's gonna keep trying.
Well, hey, I gotta pop off. I gotta get my son to bed, and I need to get some sleep myself. I'm not dead, and I'm trying to stay that way.
Take those supplements.
Oh yes. How many of those am I supposed to take?
3 a day.
how many are you
Okay.
talking? Oh, so he told
Tell
you you
everyone
gotta
to take it.
He told
Okay.
you that you have to take 3 enemas.
That's for
a day?
everyone.
Okay.
I just slide that line in between while they're talking.
I don't even know what you said.
I heard
I
they
said, why?
approved home tests now for this today. Today they approved a home test for COVID.
I wouldn't
That's
trust
awesome.
those. I wouldn't trust those.
What I said
FDA
was
approved
like,
it.
I'm like, did the pharmacist just tell you have to take 3 enemas a day?
That's way too
COVID.
many.
COVID is the only thing that
Way
makes you
too
give
many.
the shits.
All right,
And
guys.
if
Have a
you
good
want to
night.
be dead like Anakin, not dead like Anakin, take Blue Chew. Oh, kidding.
All right. Have a good night.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Get better.
All right,
I still
guys.
got beef with you, Throwback.
Oh God, here we go. I have Tim ranting.
I've been
Anakin ranting.
waiting for like 30 minutes to say this. Okay? What are you wearing that
Thank you. It ain't no abomination. It's a custom jersey.
Abomination. I tell you, abomination. Ohio State.
Oh, Notre Dame. Yeah. No.
Ohio State. Come on.
Okay, so let's be real about this. You want to get real on this? You're talking to a kid who grew up in the 80s and 90s and stuff. For me,
I'm just 1 year younger than you.
Yeah, well, I'm still sexy and I still bring that back. Anyway,
So do I. I got the hair.
Fuck you. So here's I had 5 or 6 colleges as a kid I was dreaming to go. Being in Massachusetts, obviously BC was prevalent in the 80s and the 90s. If you did, but one of them, which is the lowest one, is UMass Lowell, and they've come up huge in hockey, in college hockey, huge. But it was before that. It was BC, it was Ohio State, North Carolina, South Bend, obviously, being an Irish boy from Boston. I mean, and then the 5th one was actually, Syracuse for radio, and the last one was, UMass. But I already have a BC jersey, and the next thing you know, I'm going to end up having to go get a Notre Dame jersey. So sorry.
I got no problem with Notre Dame. Got no problem with Notre Dame. I'm like,
somebody said I should go. Actually, it's one I really want, and if Anakin's still listening, or even DK, and they would or I know Rob's probably going to watch this later. I'm thinking about maybe Michigan getting Ty Law, a throwback Ty Law Michigan college jersey.
Do you not like having me as a guest on your show?
I love you, dude. You know that.
Michigan here, bro.
But Ty Law was a Patriot. He was amazing.
Get the Ty Law Patriot jersey. Don't put that Michigan maize and whatever that is on your. Don't do that. Don't. It's not a good look.
I get the blue and gold one, especially since my high school colors are blue and gold anyway.
Not a good look. But, don't do it.
But for me, more so, I have a list of jerseys I put up on there. So if anybody that's on Twitter, put your 2 cents in. So right now, as it stands with the Jersey Warehouse, I get it. It takes about a month to get these stuff.
Get a Ron Simmons FSU jersey,
or get a Goldberg.
Or you can even get the Rock from the U. Number 94, but right now it's actually, Headley, the punter, that's actually the Australian rules punter that's actually wearing that number right now.
I live in Boston.
It doesn't matter. I got a lot of Patriots fans down here. You got a lot of transplants down here. You people don't even like to live in Boston. You coming down here.
I live in Boston. I live in Massachusetts. I still live in the same city.
You guys live down here. You transplants want to keep trying to come down here.
I'm 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 40. I still look good, and I still intend to be up here till I die. But I'm saying, but literally, if you think about this, me walking around with a Miami jersey, you know how many people are going to be like the same thing, me walking around with a Yankees jersey? And I'm in deep heart Red Sox territory here. I get yelled at for wearing an Atlanta Braves jersey or anything Atlanta. Like my best friend, and I love her to death. And Melissa, if you're watching, you could test this. She was living at an at a military base with her ex-husband. I walked in with a Matt Ryan jersey, and she's like, "Go home and change." Where I was living then, when I was married to where she was 20-minute drive back and forth. I was like, well, Matt Ryan played for Boston College. Oh yeah, that's fine. You can be coming.
Just wear somebody from the U that was on the Patriots. Basically, that's all you got to do.
No,
get away with it.
I'd rather wear a Michigan one, anyways, because Ty Law was my favorite player. By the way, 1994 number 1 draft pick for the Patriots was Ty Law that year. Aaron, save me. At least,
You know who has bad fans? I like their team, Buffalo. They have bad fans. The Bills fans are bad.
You know what's the other jersey I looked up, and it would probably make Aaron appreciate it? Expos. They still sell them. They sell
Yeah.
Pedro Martinez ones, and I'm thinking about picking that up too. But the
Yeah,
ones
you won't
that
have any problems with that.
That 94 team, that should have won the World Series.
yeah, and the thing for me is that I want to get a Martinez. I've already stated that Ken Griffey Jr.'s one, but the one that I've been trying to find, and as much as it pains me, even though I love the guy as a player, and he was probably from my generation one of the top Bruins player of all time, it was Ray Bork. I'm trying to find an Avalanche version of his jersey. I can't find it, and but I still want a Ray Bork jersey. Every kid who grew up in that era wanted to be Ray Bork to begin with, so. For me, more so, it's like these jerseys are going to be representations of everything. Plus, I have a name throwback. I got to find stuff. So
I have a question.
Sure.
I'm like, do you have any problems up there wearing a Josh Beckett or a Mike Lowell Florida Marlins jersey?
Actually, no.
This is Patrice
There you go. Why don't you just do Mike Lowell? Mike Lowell is fantastic.
Because
MVP.
For me though, I'm now gearing towards jerseys that I've wanted when I was a kid. Now, like the jerseys, like the Ohio State stuff, the Tom Glavine jersey and stuff. The Glavine, by the way, I'll be wearing tomorrow. Are stuff that Glavine's from Massachusetts. He originally is from the town that's next to us. So it's kind of like rooted home thing. But for me, these are the jerseys I'm going to try to acquire in 2021 are jerseys that I have been fans with since I was a kid. My grandparents were fans of, so I kind of watched them. So I'm looking at a Barry Sanders jersey. I'm looking at, Walter Payton jersey. But the one kid I grew up with, and I'm the same way right now as I am when I was a kid. Turn your hat backwards. The 99 performance he did in the home run derby, Ken Griffey Jr. And it's not the Mariners jerseys that are the way they are now. It's the old school one he came in as a rookie kind of deal, the old gray, old white and gold and blue kind of thing, or a gray blue. And for me, that is the number one jersey because I was a huge Griffey fan. I still wear my hat backwards and I'll be 40.
Me too. Griffey was the man in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, those are the 3-4 mainly. Everybody here has Larry Bird jerseys. I like people differently. I don't have a Paul Pierce jersey. I have a Kevin Garnett jersey, but I'm thinking about seeing if I could get like a Bill Russell one, see if they make those. That would be interesting. But eventually, it's just these jerseys are going to be a vast amount, and I got to slow down a little bit financially. I'm already past 20 jerseys right now. And one of them's hanging above my head.
I got 2 football jerseys. Jimmy Clausen Panthers.
I remember him.
And a Peyton Hillis Browns jersey. Let's go. Mad Cover Boy 2012.
So let's just say this much. The one jersey that I've worn on the show, it's a replica jersey, but it's not the official, is the Miracle on Ice one, the USA Miracle Ice jersey I have, and that's still up there.
That's cool.
I have the 100-year anniversary of Fenway Park one. I have a bunch of other ones, but for me, more so, I'm gonna see where everything goes because eventually, what will happen is that all these jerseys, I'll try to wear them for a while and then hang them up. That was the idea originally, but the most important one is that one, and that hangs permanently. So, for good reasons, it has been documented. All right, guys. So we've done an hour and a half. Everybody has to work tomorrow. So check out Fightful, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a part of it in their own way. We'll start from right to under. Aaron, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter. It's down below an Aaron Chase fan, but I think I changed it. Let me see.
That's current.
Oh, yeah, it's current. Okay. And you can find me at Aaron Entertainment on YouTube. I do like 3 shows a week. Mondays it's all about wrestling. I talk about the week in wrestling and news, whatever pops up. Thursday is all about pop culture. And this week on Thursday, I'm going to talk about Disney's investor call, the plan for Marvel and Star Wars. I don't care about the other stuff that Disney's talked about. And I'm going to have to search up other stuff to per my description because I haven't really done that. I have been a little bit lazy with my for my upcoming videos, streams this week. Saturday, 3 p.m. All shows are 3 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, I'm going to talk about sports, why we love sports. I think it's episode 8. So 2 more to 10. I'm going to talk about, the news in sports today. Giannis is back in Milwaukee. NBA preseason. James Harden. MLB free agent signing. I know, throwback. I don't know if you're aware of this. The Red Sox signed Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah, I did. That literally came across. Yeah,
it's an okay pickup if he can hit, if he doesn't strike out.
Right.
What else? I'm going to talk about NHL. There's the plans for a season, hopefully next month. NFL weekly predictions, and I'm going to go over the standings because we only got a few more weeks left in the NFL. Big win by Baltimore, because if they lost that game, I would have said they're out. And I'm going to talk about the World Juniors, where I said the past few episodes that the World Juniors in Canada, World Juniors is huge for hockey. It's where the top teenagers play. I think they should not have it this year because of COVID, and they got players coming from Europe. I'm going to talk about why they should wait till next year, and that's about it. All shows are 3 p.m. Eastern. Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays.
Johnny Boy, tell them where they can find you.
Oh, Wrestling Plug Inc. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's in there. You can see it on my screen. We're also on Anchor FM at Wrestling Plug Inc. as well. Just dropped today a podcast all about Sting, the Love Fest with Sting. Got my year-end awards up right now. You can vote on those. I think I've tagged you guys in that already.
I did.
I've already did mine, and I put myself in some of those answers just for fun.
I saw that. As much as it's anonymous, I was like, yeah, throwback. That's you.
Yeah.
But trying something new this year with that. So we're just looking to keep on rolling into 2021, man. I appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, and the man that was just on the podcast last week, the man who had no profanity, September, Ron Patel, where they can find you.
Oh, okay. I got you can see my title right there. I'm at Achman Rules on Twitter. And you got any questions? I'll give you responses. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially yelling at me for wearing an Ohio State jersey.
Yeah, Ohio State.
Go Irish.
All right, guys.
Can I just say one thing? You should check out my Let's Play videos of me playing video games. That's just gonna be random times when I set that up. So just be on the lookout.
Well, Aaron, it's an open invitation when the new channel gets up. If you want to pop in, play video games, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Check out tomorrow. We got a show. Going to do our TLC predictions with the man himself, Fightful's own contributor and a good friend and a contributor to the show. He helped me get this off the ground and stuff, and I can't wait to work with him more so in 2021. We've got the boy, Rob Wilkins. He ain't Ivar. He ain't anything. He is the man, the god, the Don of the wicked crazy pinfalls. With the man who proclaimed himself not dead, Anakin. So I guess I got to call him Taker, because he's not dead. We're going to talk about TLC, about all the matches and the possibilities. We're going to talk about if Tim pops up, the possibility of having 3 out of the 4 members to do a food and show for the following week, because food and wrestling, why not? With a great week of Christmas. There's 2 more shows left for the year, and we'll see what happens. I hope to get that women's roundtable up in January running, or in February. That would be an awesome birthday gift for that week, because, having prominent women in this area would be great to talk to. I'm hoping Hannah will be on. I already have 1 mystery guest confirmed, and I can't wait. I might have a second. Putting it out there, Queen of the Ring, the Sheenam, and Jesse Buckeye. I know they're all smiling about stuff like this. I would like have you guys on. It would be an honor. And I'll be very blunt about this, and I'm going to say this now. It would be an extreme honor to have, Kayla and Alex on, but also it'd be an extreme honor to have Jesse on with everything, because Jesse was one of the people that said hi to me when I start walking into the Fightful chat. So, I mean, that meant a lot. And then 2021, it's all the way up here. I have a mystery guest that only one or two people on this panel right now knows who's going to be for this podcast for this Saturday. You will have to wait and find out. So I'm recording with that mystery person tomorrow. Check out the show that I did with Ron Patel. It was fun, even though his internet kept dropping a few times. Yes, I'm taking a shot at that.
I thought it was your end, not mine, but oh well.
Mine was perfect. I was sitting there going like, hello.
I got my Wi-Fi going, but oh well.
Yeah, well, I mean, the intro for the special edition, the middle part when it dropped, and the other thing, you probably appreciated that when you listened to it. And you're like, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I put Will Smith on it. I put Welcome to Miami.
There you go.
Other than that, check out Fightful. They're doing great things over there. They did the review last night with Denise. You got everything going on tomorrow with the Wednesday Night Wars, and then
listen to your boy tomorrow.
Yeah, big time. And then right after that, you've got Friday night. Check out Warren's show. Better yet, check out Tim and Joel. As much as his nemesis is on the screen right now, they just got 100 subscribers. So congratulations on that. I'm extremely ecstatic to be one of them. I pop in here and there, and I watch what they're doing. I'm ecstatic for Joel and Tim. They're really good guys. I'm hoping to get Tim and Joel on at the same time. I had them the week of my mom's tribute week, and I was very, very pleased and proud of that, and I was grateful for them to be a part of it. But more stuff coming down the pike. The new channel will be launching next year, so got a lot of stuff we got planned, guys. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing it.
I have a funny suggestion.
Yeah.
One Wrestling Black, I think you're gonna like this. Go back. You should try to get Denise and Sean on the same time.
Oh God.
Team DWO.
Like I said, and I'll be very honest, that show, if it does happen, if the stars align, and I will tell everybody who is on my Twitter that's a subscriber and stuff like that, it would be a huge deal for me. Not as somebody who's a contributor, not as a person in the community, not as a podcaster or streamer or whatnot. It would be a huge thing for me to have. And even if I could have one person on twice, and that would be Sean. And that's going to be very difficult, with schedules and stuff. And I say this to him, and I really appreciate it. And if he watches, I appreciate everything you've done for me in my life, and I've appreciated everything you've helped me with. But the ideal situation, there's two now, because I thought of this the other night. We used to have this conversation before this all started, and it would be me, Rob, and Sean, and Warren. I would love to do a roundtable with them and just talk random stuff and like we used to. And I would absolutely be honored and appreciative if Denise, Rob, which would be helping me to host, but having Denise on would be a huge thing for me because she is such an amazing person. And to have Sean and Jeremy on and just have a conversation about wrestling and pick their brains and stuff like that. Like, it's different to have them talk to them, and you guys could even contest this, to be in a chat and picking somebody else's brain, but it's different when you have them on screen. So, but other than that, that would be a great birthday gift if that ever happened. 40 for me. My family says, Lordy, Lordy, look who's 40. But other than that, Do a good deed, pay it forward. Check out Sisters Custom Designs. They do really good stuff. Aaron's got all these awesome shows left and right. By the way, I appreciate you tagging me all the time. I always check them out. Same with John, who in Wrestling Plug Inc., who always tells me that I got him back into podcasting after that show.
You sure did, man. We're back at it.
And then Ron always walks out, and helps everybody out. So Anakin, get some rest. We're gonna have some fun. Tim, stay off your foot. Got a show 1:00 tomorrow, guys, and then that special guest on Saturday that you guys are gonna be all happy about, and you can keep guessing. So hit me up. Description's on the below. Check out all these people. Check out Fightful. Check out Warren, Tim, and Joel in the ring. Metal Mike stuff. Calling up in wrestling. These are the people you should pay attention to. These are the people I believe in 2021 will make a big difference. Especially, Drew Nichols, Ray Callahan, if they decided to start getting in the game. And two other people that are not on this stream that I really, really have high hopes for. Wild Boy, if you're listening, miss you, bud. Get a hold of me. And Rob Wilkins is already doing great things, but I think there's more he's going to be tapping into in 2021. So have a good night, guys. Be safe. At least we know Anakin's alive. And